Welcome to Honey and Earth Yoga. My name is Kenzie. This is Iris. She just decided to make an appearance. Oh, there she goes. Welcome to Honey and Earth Yoga. My name is Kenzie. I am a certified yoga teacher and a student of all things yoga and a cat lover. Today's video is a little different. It was a request from a friend who was asking for a stretching video. So we're not going to do a traditional yoga flow, but instead we're going to go through some stretches. This is not a yin practice where you're going to hold it for like 3 minutes or more. We're going to hold for about 5 breaths per stretch depending on what the posture is. So you don't have to be super bendy to try it. You're going to be a menace. You're gonna be a menace, I can already tell. You are going to need a few props today for the stretching flow. So what I would recommend is 2 blocks. If you don't have blocks, I would recommend getting them if you plan on doing yoga regularly. Yes, hello, we see you. Aside from that, if you don't have blocks, you can always use a thick book with a blanket on top of it. It's not ideal, but it is better than nothing. I would also recommend having a soft pillow. You can place this under your head or on your knees or anywhere that you feel some discomfort. We will use it towards the end of the sequence today for pigeon. Just put that to the side for right now. I designed this flow for daily use if you want to, or you can try it a few times a week. It's designed to stretch every part of the body. It's fantastic for doing after workouts, and I know that because I tried it after doing arm day at the gym, and it helped tremendously. So as always, I'd like to take a minute to arrive on the mat before we get to moving. Come into your version of a comfortable seat. You can either close the eyes or soften the gaze. Pet a cat. Hello. Let's take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Hold at the top. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Stretching feels awesome after the fact, but sometimes it doesn't feel so awesome while you're doing it. But I want you to congratulate yourself for showing up on the mat today, for literally stretching yourself, trying something new, embracing all the humbling possibilities that come with being a human in this body. Inhale, flutter the eyes open. One last note before we get started today, there's a difference between a good stretch and a bad stretch. We don't want bad stretch. So if you feel like you're about to pull something, if it's the wrong kind of burn, please either pull back or come out of the posture. Also, if you have any health concerns, injuries, pregnancies, things like that, you know the drill. Please talk to your doctor first. Yoga is never a treatment for any kind of injury or anything like that, okay? It's just for helping with the flexibility a little bit. All right, with that said, please meet me lying down on your mat. First thing I'd like you to do is bring the knees up to the chest, hug them in with the hands, raise the head, and squeeze into a little yogi ball. 1, 2, 3, and release. Oh, come down. And Iris, honey, sweetheart, release. Give a little bit of good morning stretch. Oh, stretch the hands up. Twist a little if it feels good. It loves intuitive movement. Let's do one more yogi ball. Inhale. Exhale, come into a yogi ball. If it hurts to have the knees together, or if you can't breathe, take the knees apart. That's what I do. 1, 2, 3, release. Stretch out the legs this time. See how that feels. Oh. Now, we've gotten some of the wiggles out. So what we're going to do is take some side twists on our back. And we're going to start off by using the blocks for this. So I'm going to grab one of my blocks. I'm going to put it on the lowest level, put it out to the side. What I want you to do is bring your knees up to your chest. Hands come out to a T. We're going to twist the knees. So in this case, the left knee comes to rest on the block. Gaze goes to the right. This is a good starting place. If you want more of a twist, you can always try removing the block. Stay here for 3 breaths. On your inhale, bring the knees back up to center. Get your block, put it off to the right side of your mat. Hands out to a T. On your exhale, right knee comes to the top of that block, gaze goes to the left. If this is enough sensation, you can stay here, or you can remove the block. The key is to make sure the supporting shoulder stays on the ground. If it's coming off the ground, it means the twist isn't doing the job or really benefiting your spine. So go wherever feels comfortable. Let's take 3 breaths here. Inhale, flutter the eyes open. Exhale, bring the knees back to center. From here, we're going to come into recline butterfly, which is a hip opener. For that, we're going to start with both of our blocks on the second setting, setting 2. Put it right outside the mat. Bring the feet together into a butterfly stance. And I'm going to let the blocks come underneath the knees to support that joint. If your butterfly is a little higher up, try level 3 on the blocks. It might be kind of wobbly though, so let's see. Yeah, experiment with your expression of where you want the blocks to be. It's your practice. If you're not getting enough of a stretch, you can always bring down to the first level on the block or take the blocks away. 4 breaths here. Inhale. On your exhale, bring the feet back to the bottom of the mat. Tuck the chin and slowly push yourself back up to seated position. From here, we're going to come into something called an iliopsoas stretch. It can be really intense, but if you have a tight lower back or lower back pain, this is what you need to be stretching. If you've ruled out all other causes of lower back pain, this actually might be what's going on. Combined with weight training, this stretch really fixed a lot of my lower back pain. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a block. We'll just need 1. Come down onto the back, tuck this block underneath the pelvis. So I'm gonna try to keep it from being on the actual spine. We just want it to be on the hip bone. So, experiment here, find a spot that feels nice. All right, So from here, what we want to do is slowly bring the left leg out and extend it. The right foot is on the ground. This could be a pretty extreme stretch, so if this is too much, just slowly bring the left foot in until the sensation feels all right. I'm going to try letting it out this way. Take a few breaths here. Inhale. On your inhale, slowly bring that left foot back to the ground. Now we'll switch and do it on the right side. Extend that right leg. Feel the stretch in the right hip. Remember your breathing. Are there any differences in each side? There's almost always a difference in bendiness or sensation. It's pretty cool. Inhale. Exhale, bring the right foot back down to the ground. Now, we're going to stretch ourselves, literally, by trying to put both legs out at the same time. This is a deep iliopsoas stretch, so I want you to pull back if the stretch becomes a bad stretch. Okay? Deal? Deal. So, we slowly bring the feet out, start to feel sensation. Slowly bring it out. You can see how my legs are still sort of, my knees aren't locked, they're not completely down. I can still feel some sensation in the hips though. So this is a great place to be if you're really tight in the hips and you're just starting out with this stretch. If it still feels good, see if you can stretch those legs out straight. Feel that stretch in the hips. If this doesn't feel good, please come out of the pose. If you want to continue stretching, you can always try one leg at a time because that's less intense. Wherever you are, let's take 3 breaths. On your inhale, start to bring the feet back in. Walk them in so we're in a supported bridge pose. What I want you to do is flex the muscles in your lower abs and your glutes to lift yourself off the block. Place the block to the side. Lower yourself back down onto the ground. Let's massage the pelvis here just for a minute. Oh, hello block. Didn't see you there. That can be a pretty extreme stretch, but it works wonders for hip pain. We're going to do one last recline stretch. For that, we're going to keep our left foot on the ground, lift the right leg up so the bottom of the foot is pointing towards the sky. If this is enough of a stretch, you can stay here, or if you want more sensation, try threading your hand around your thigh and slowly bending that leg towards yourself. Oh, she's back. If it feels good, you can work the hand further up to maybe the calf or even the ankle. You can make the stretch more intense by straightening the supporting foot on the ground, but as you see, I couldn't go nearly as far, so this is yogi's choice. I prefer to stretch like this. Ugh, Iris smells like fish. Ugh. All right, remember our breathing here. We'll hold for 3 breaths. If at any time the stretch is too much, just bring it in a little, right? Just little adjustments. On that last exhale, lower the foot down. Right foot comes to meet the mat. We'll repeat it on the left side. Inhale, left foot lifts to point towards the ceiling. You can either stay here if that feels good, or you can thread your hands around the thigh or calf to slowly pull that leg towards you. Nice leg stretch. 3 breaths here. On your exhale, release the left foot to the ground. Let's massage the pelvis one more time. Alrighty. Tuck the chin, press yourself up to sitting. We'll meet in tabletop. Let's warm up the spine by taking just a couple of cat-cows. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Chin tucks. Inhale, cow. Gaze lifts to the ceiling. Exhale, cat. One more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. If you've got sore arm muscles, we are about to make them unsore. All right, now we're going to move into our arm stretches. So let's move into thread the needle. I want you to inhale, lift the right arm. Exhale, thread it through that space between the left arm. Come to rest on the right shoulder. Feel free to adjust wherever the left arm is. If this is enough sensation, you can stay here, or you can take this left arm and point it towards the top of your mat, either with palm flat or up on your tip fingers, not tiptoes, tip fingers, whatever. So that's an option, or you can take this left arm back. Just see if you can touch your right hip. All of these options stretch a different part of the body. So pick whichever one feels best today. Once you find your resting spots, we'll hold for 3 breaths. Inhale, bring that left arm back to its starting position. Exhale, press yourself back up. Inhale, come back to tabletop. Now let's repeat that on the left side. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, thread the needle. Again, play with the placement of where you'd like that right arm to be. Take 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, unwind. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, back to tabletop. From here, come onto the belly. Slowly lower yourself down. There's no chaturangas today. We're not doing that business.
Let the forehead rest on the mat just for a minute. Maybe you massage the forehead here. That's nice. All right, take this moment to reset. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands out to a T on either side of you. We're going to come into a stretch called broken wing. It sounds scary, but it's not. All right, so we're going to come on to the left side. To do that, I want you to lift the right foot and twist over onto the left side. Now, you may be able to place your foot on the ground, or maybe you're still up here in the air. All of it is correct. What we want to do is create sensation in the left shoulder. Don't be afraid to play with where your arm is resting. Just do so slowly and mindfully. 3 breaths here. Take your inhale. On your exhale, slow and with control, roll back onto your belly. Going to repeat that on the other side. Inhale. On your exhale, lift that left foot and see if you can twist it to come behind the right leg. Sensation should primarily be in the right shoulder. I also like to come up onto my toes for extra support if I'm not feeling like being flat on the ground. We'll take 3 breaths here. Remember, you can come out of these poses at any time. Inhale. Exhale, slowly come back to center. Great job. From here, I want you to come up into a Sphinx pose. So bring the arms in front of you, lift the head. Feel the hip points into your mat, looking straight ahead. This is little baby cobra. Just a sweet little baby cobra. And exhale, come down. Move the elbows as needed. Inhale, rise up, baby cobra. Exhale. Now, you can continue to do baby cobra if this is a lot on the spine, or if you want a deeper stretch, we can come into, I've heard it called king cobra, whatever you like to call it. It's a deeper expression of baby cobra. So we're going to start the same spot. Inhale, come up. But instead, we're going to push through those arms, engage the glutes, look forward, and feel that stretch in the front body. Exhale, bring it back down. Good job. Now we're going to come and do some side twists with cobra. So you can do these with either baby cobra or full-grown cobra. To do the side twist in baby cobra, we're going to lift and then just go over your left shoulder. Not too bad. For cobra, we are going to lift the head and come up on the right arm. Primarily weight is in the right arm. Look over the left shoulder. Exhale, come down. Let's repeat it on the other side. Inhale. Exhale, either look over the right shoulder or come up on the left arm. Look over that shoulder. Weight is primarily in the left arm. Exhale, fold. Let's come and do some counter stretches for that. So briefly press up into tabletop and come into your version of child's pose.
If you want more of a counter stretch, you can actually come into something called rabbit pose, where you can bring the knees together or keep them apart if you have trouble breathing when you're folded over like I do. Wherever the knees are, we are going to see if we can grab our heels with our hands, tuck the chin, and see about bringing the crown of the head to the ground. This is a very deep neck and upper back stretch. It feels awesome after doing all that cobra. So whether you are in rabbit or child's pose, we'll take 2 more breaths here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, briefly come back into tabletop. Next, I want you to note where your hands are, and you're going to drop your elbows right where your hands are. We're gonna press back into puppy pose. See if you can keep the gaze straight ahead. Feel that stretch in the back, arms and shoulders. This is also a good opportunity to grab your pillow if you'd like something to rest your head on here. If that feels good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, press back into child's pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, come into puppy pose one more time. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, come into tabletop. How you feeling? You feeling loosey yet? I feel loosey. All right, let's take some intuitive movement here of the spine. I like to arch and make C shapes. Maybe you just wiggle the hips a little bit, whatever feels good at this moment. Get it out. Maybe tap the feet on the ground to wake them up. Beautiful job. Now we'll come into the down dog portion of our stretch sequence. So I want you to plant your hands nice and firmly. Tuck the toes, inhale. Exhale, press up into down dog. Oh my gosh, my legs are so sore. This is perfect. I want you to pedal out your feet here, stretching the calves, back of the legs. Heck yeah, it feels good. Find a moment of stillness here. One more breath. Exhale. On your inhale, 3-legged dog, right side. Exhale, bend the right knee. Inhale, start to do some circles with that bent leg. Exhale, take it the other way. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring it back down. Take a breath to reset here. Inhale, left leg lifts, 3-legged dog. Inhale, bend that left knee. Exhale, start to make some twists, some circles. Inhale, switch the other way. Exhale, bring that foot down. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Step the feet to meet the hands. From here, we are going to come into my favorite pose of all time, ragdoll. So we're going to have a generous bend in the knees. You can take your feet out as wide as the mat. Try grabbing opposite elbows.
And just let the head dangle. Oh, yeah. Stretches the legs, the back, the neck. You can try swaying side to side or stay still. You can also try shaking the head no, shaking the head yes. Take 3 more breaths here, whatever version you like. Inhale. On your exhale, release the hands either to the ground, to the thighs, calves, wherever you are.
Now we'll come into Malasana squat, yogi squat. We're gonna get our blocks for this. I want you to take it onto level 2. Put it right behind you. We're going to take the toes to point out and slowly squat down until we are on our blocks. You're more than welcome to take this without the blocks, but it's a lot more comfortable if you do. So from here, we can stay in this posture. If you'd like, you can take a prayer mudra in the middle here, and I like to prop my legs with my elbows for just an extra stretch that feels really good. If this is too low and the stretch isn't feeling good, you can always put the block on level 3 to get a little bit more height here. Wherever you are, let's take 4 breaths. From here, we're going to make a transition into standing. So if your hands are propping open your legs, just remove them and slowly walk the feet in. Maybe you massage the legs a little bit. I feel like sometimes you get a little like frozen or stuck in Malasana. We don't want that. So when you are ready, you can stand up and move your block to the side. Now from here, we're going to come into goddess pose, which is a really good stretch for the inner legs. I want you to take your feet a little bit wider than body frame apart. About, yay, looks good. What we're going to do to come into goddess, toes are pointing out, tuck the pelvis, come down into a squat position. Hands can be either at heart center and prayer pose, or you can have fun with a different mudra. This can be a pretty intense stretch, so if you need to just slowly come out of it, reset, let the lactic acid disperse a little bit, and then come back into it. If you want a deeper stretch, you can also come up onto the toes, lifting the heels. I recommend trying this 1 foot at a time if you haven't tried it before. Ooh, this is spicy. You didn't think we were gonna sweat today, but we are. So let's take 2 inhales in goddess. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your inhale, reach up for star pose. Exhale. Inhale. On your exhale, press back into goddess. If you'd like more support here, it's fine to let your hands rest on the thighs, wherever feels good. Maybe try swaying side to side. Maybe you try coming up onto the toes if you feel fancy. 2 breaths here. 1 more. Exhale. And inhale, reach up. Ooh, I feel the burn. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Good job, look at you. From here, we are coming into a wide facing forward fold. For that, I recommend getting both of your blocks. Yeah, let's be fancy. Okay. So, you're in our goddess position. What you can do here is you can keep the feet pointing out, or you can turn them so they're parallel with the ends of your mat. Or for a really deep stretch, you can take this sort of pigeon-toed. That's pretty deep stretch on the hips and legs. So what I would recommend is starting feet pointed out. And if you want more sensation, you can always change the position of the feet. So what we're gonna do is draw up nice and tall through the crown of the head. Inhale, hands are on the hips. Exhale, top of the head starts shining towards the wall in front of you. Now, if this is enough of a stretch, you just stay here. You can also get more support on your legs if you need to. But what I'd like you to do is see if you can reach your blocks. So here they are on level 3. This would be level 2. And then level 1. This is great because the block makes it possible to hold this position and potentially get a little bit more bang for our buck. So my feet are pointed out here. Maybe I'm thinking, oh, I'm not really getting too much of a stretch. Boop. Oh wow, that changes the sensation completely. I feel it more in my calves. If you do it pigeon-toed, you're really gonna feel it in your calves. Woo, I feel the burn, especially after that goddess. What was I thinking? Oh. Okay, this is a pretty deep stretch, so I'm gonna point my toes parallel. I think that's the way to do it. So wherever you feel just comfortable enough, but you're still feeling a stretch, try to stay there, or hold this for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, press yourself back up into star pose. From here, we're going to walk our feet in just a little bit wider than hip distance apart. What I want you to do is raise your hands up, grab the left wrist with the right hand, and bump that hip towards the right. Gaze can go to the right. It's a beautiful side body stretch. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale. Grab the right wrist with the left hand, bump that hip to the left, lean over. Exhale, come back to center. We're going to do this on each side one more time. Okay, come in, grab the left wrist, bump the hip to the right, inhale. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, switch it up. Bump that hip over. Inhale, come back to center. And release the arms down. Right now, let's take a minute to roll the head and shoulders a little bit. So I want you to slowly roll the head to the side, the left side, making little circles if it feels good. And switch it, go the other way. It's very crackly. Maybe that means I need to do it more. Come back to center. Inhale, raise your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, let them drop. 2 more of those. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, let it drop. Last one, inhale. Exhale, let it drop. Okay, we're gonna come back onto the floor for stretching. We're gonna come into pigeon pose. We're gonna use a few props for this. So what I want you to do is come back into tabletop. Put your blocks on either side for right now. This is where we're gonna grab our handy dandy pillow. Pigeon can be a pretty deep stretch, but I love it for the hips and then also just the quads. It's just a really nice stretch. But sometimes it can be uncomfortable holding it for a while, so that's why we're using some props to make it more comfortable. So what I want you to do is take the pillow and loop your right leg, more gracefully than that, loop your right leg over it. Get comfortable here. The idea is to give a little bit more support underneath that leg. So if you find that you don't have enough support and you have a flimsy, terrible pillow like I do, you can fold it over itself. Let's try that one more time. Okay, tuck underneath. That feels a lot better. Okay, so we're here, we've got some extra support on the hips. We're sitting up in our pigeon. Exhale. Now we're gonna grab our blocks. What I want you to do is see if you can sleep your pigeon. We're gonna come down and put the forearms on the blocks here. See what sensation you're feeling. The idea is to have it primarily be in the right hip, but you also might feel something in the left hip or the left quad. If you'd like more sensation, try taking your blocks down a level. I like to kind of put my head on my hands. Oh yeah, that's nice. We're gonna take 4 breaths here. Remember, you can adjust or come out at any time. Inhale, gaze comes forward. Exhale, press yourself back up. Come to sit on that right hip. Swing your legs around, and we're going to take pigeon on the left side. So again, it might take a little bit of finagling. Certainly doesn't make me feel very graceful doing this, but I love the extra support that it comes with, so it is worth it. And also, you don't have to spend $80 on a bolster. So, bring that pillow in between the hips. Feel free to adjust until you feel stable and comfortable. I recommend bringing your blocks back on level 2 because flexibility changes a lot from side to side. So let's take one inhale here. Exhale, see if you can bring your forearms to rest on the blocks. Sensation is in the left hip primarily. Might also feel it in the right hip, right quad. If you'd like more sensation, bring the blocks down to level 1. You can also get rid of the blocks, but I like them. They make it a lot more comfortable. Okay. Once you find your home base in pigeon, we'll take 4 breaths.
Inhale, look up.
Exhale, press yourself up. Come to rest on that left hip. And put your pillow to the back of your mat. Make myself a little bed. From here, we're gonna come into staff pose. So we're gonna grab our blocks, put them on either side of us. Legs are going to come out straight ahead. If you grew up going to dance class, you usually point your toes in this. We actually flex our toes in staff pose in yoga because it's gonna give us a deeper stretch. So what I would recommend is bringing your blocks about back to your knees. We're gonna drop nice and tall, crown of the head points up, hands lift. When you exhale, shine the crown of that head forward. Hands come with you. Now, if you're here and you feel good, see if you can rest the hands on the blocks, if they can sort of save your space. You can also scooch the blocks forward and see how that changes the depth of the stretch. A lot of people think that blocks make poses easier, and I want to show you a way that it actually makes it way harder. If you are really flexible in this position and you want a deeper stretch, what you can do is you take a block and you put it at the end of your feet, so it's effectively lengthening how far you have to go to achieve this stretch. So what that looks like is inhale, exhale, fold. Instead of grabbing my toes, I'm going to grab the block.
Oh yeah, I feel that.
So regardless of where you are, what you want to feel is a stretch in the back of the legs. We don't want to hunch our back. We want to stay nice and straight. So if you're able to touch your toes and you're not getting a lot of sensation, I invite you to put your block at the end and see if that can deepen the stretch for you. Remember to keep the feet flexed. The goal here ultimately, one day maybe, is to see if you can get your nose to touch your knees. I can do that in hot yoga, but not during regular yoga. It's weird. Come into whatever version of this pose feels good and accessible. We're going to hold this for 3 more breaths. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, slowly tiptoe the hands back up. Beautiful. Now we're going to come into pancake pose. To do that, put your blocks out in front of your mat. Take the feet out on either side of the mat, nice and wide. We're not trying to win any prizes for flexibility here, so you don't have to be, in perfect middle splits here. Just a little V shape here, enough to give you a little bit of sensation. So again, what we want to do is we don't want to point our toes here in yoga. We want to keep them nice and flexed. And the ultimate goal, one day, I've never been able to do it, is to reach the ground. So we'll come into pancake pose. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, slowly come down. If you can, bring your hands to rest on your blocks. You can also have them here. So wherever you are, have the blocks raise the ground to meet wherever your body wants to be. Let's see, I feel like a level 2 today. There we go. Yeah, that feels good. So wherever you are, whatever feels nice, we'll take 3 breaths here. Remember, pull back any minute that you feel bad stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, tiptoe the hands back up. Come out of pancake. Isn't that nice? Now let's take some wild things to wake up the spine. Let's put our blocks to the side. What I want you to do is briefly come up on the knees. It's really more of a modified gate pose than a wild thing. I don't know why I called it that. We're going to bring our left hand to the mat. Right hand goes up over. Right foot comes wide out to the side. Gaze comes up. Feel that nice stretch here in the side body. Inhale. Exhale, rainbow that arm around. Bring that right foot back in. We will come into that gate pose on the other side. Come up on the knees. Tuck the toes for stability if you'd like it. Bring the right hand down to the mat. Left arm lifts. Left foot goes out to the side. Feel the stretch in the side body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, rainbow it down. Come back to a seat here in Hero's Pose. We're almost done with our stretch session. We are going to go back onto our backs for a couple more hip stretches. Can you tell I like hip stretches? All right, come onto the back. Instead of doing a traditional twist, what I would like to do is a recline figure four. What I want to do is grab your blocks, put them on either side of you. All right, recline figure four. So come up, inhale. On your exhale, bring your right ankle to cross over the left thigh. You can get extra support for the hands with the blocks here. For some people, this is enough sensation. If you want more sensation, you can bring that left foot up off the ground and press that left knee into the chest. Feel a lot of stretching in the glutes and the hips here. That's option 2. Option 3, if you want to be fancy, is we can kick this over to the left side and see if you can get that right foot to come onto the floor. You can also see about getting that right foot to rest on the block. The ultimate goal here is to feel the stretch in the hip. So if the block brings the floor to you, I say do it. So experiment a little bit, see where you'd like to be here. And once you find a spot that feels nice, we'll take 3 breaths. Inhale, bring your left foot back to the mat. On your exhale, bring that right foot back to the mat too. Take a minute to massage the pelvis if that feels good. Reset, and we'll repeat that on the other side. So, on your inhale, bring that left ankle over the right thigh. You can get extra support from the blocks. If this feels good, stay here. If you want more of a stretch, you can bring that right foot off the mat and bring that stretch back into the chest. If you want more of a stretch in the hip, you can bring that left foot to rest either on a block or onto the floor. If you do choose to twist, remember gaze goes in the opposite direction, shoulders always on the ground. So whatever version of figure 4 you're in, 3 breaths here. On your inhale, bring that foot back up. Oh, right foot comes back to the bottom of the mat. Uncross the left foot. Bring that back to the mat. And now, everybody's favorite part. Get your blocks to the side. Grab your pillow. And we will come into Shavasana. Take a moment here to appreciate the beauty of your body, all the hard work you did today, stretching, and enjoying this embodied experience of what it means to be a human. Stretching may not seem like fun in the moment, but it helps us create more space, helps us preserve our independence. In some cases, it can even help prevent pain. Regardless of where you are in your journey, honoring your body with this time is always a good way to spend the day. I invite you to take a few moments in silence, checking in with each part of your body. See how you feel after a simple stretch. I invite you now to return your awareness to the room you're in. Wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, stretch the wrists and the ankles. Take a swallow, open up the throat. Maybe move the head just a little bit from side to side. Flutter the eyes open if they were closed. When you're ready, turn on to your favorite side. Slowly press up into a seated position. Ooh, I got crazy hair. Inhale, hands lift. Exhale, bring prayer hands to your heart center. Let's take some time to express gratitude for being able to move, being able to honor our bodies, and get a little bit more flexible in the process. That's always a plus. Inhale. Exhale. As always, thank you so much for showing up on the mat today. Thank you for spending time in this practice. I honor the teachers and the places that have brought this practice to us. Om Shanti. Go in peace.